Something shocking is happening behind closed doors. The United States military has reportedly refused to share classified intelligence with the Nigerian Army, and the reason will shake you. Washington insiders claim that sensitive information once shared with Nigeria ended up in the hands of Boko Haram. How deep do these leaks go? And what does it mean for Nigeria's war on terror and its sovereignty? Stay with me, because what's coming next will expose the silent rift between two supposed allies. Comment Truth for Africa if you believe Nigeria deserves transparency and accountability.
And I have to tell you this. I do not believe that President Trump is going to unleash any attacks on Nigeria for two reasons. One, historically, the U.S. military has been reluctant to fight side by side with the Nigerian government because they don't trust the Nigerian military. And one specific example is when they got intelligence on the location of the Chibok girls in the forest, they were cooperating with the Nigerian army under direction of President Obama. So the U.S. government told the Nigerian army that they would gas the camp where Boko Haram was with the girls and then knock everybody out so that they could rescue the girls safely without exchange of gunfire. After they mapped out this plan, the next thing that happened, when the troops got to the camp of Boko Haram, they saw Boko Haram wearing gas masks. So the U.S. realized that the Nigerian military had leaked the operational details to Boko Haram. This is why the U.S. does not want to work directly with Nigeria with boots on the ground, because they do not trust the Nigerian army.
Opportunities are out there for them. They can be rehabilitated. An ex-Boko Haram stands having laid his arms and comes back, turns his way away from his negativity. He stands to be a president of this country. He stands to aspire to any position in this country. Why is he wasting his time when he cannot even deliver? We will do that, but we have appealed to them.
We head to Tanzania, where there has been another twist following the country's controversial election last week. Now the African Union has made a statement on the largely unopposed election that saw President Samia Suluhu Hassan stroll to victory. The African Union pointed to ballot stuffing, a form of election fraud. AU monitors also highlighted the government imposed an internet blackout, politically motivated abductions and excessive military force, compromising election integrity. The AU has urged Tanzanian authorities to conduct thorough investigations into violence against protesters. Pressure is mounting within Africa against the Hassan government's conduct during an election shrouded in controversy. Their response to protests has also been thrust under a microscope as the Tanzanian authorities push on with action against the opposition. Hassan is standing firm, in control of the government, but now not necessarily the narrative.
Nigeria is the latest country US President Donald Trump has threatened to bomb.
It will be fast, vicious and sweet.
Military action to protect the country's Christians.
If the Nigerian government continues to allow the killing of Christians, the USA will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria. We're going to do things to Nigeria that Nigeria is not going to be happy about, and may very well go into that now disgraced country, guns a-blazing, to completely wipe out the Islamic terrorists who are committing these horrible, horrible atrocities.
So a pretty direct warning there. The Trump administration's also listed Nigeria as a country of particular concern, which is basically a designation for countries that are seriously violating religious freedoms. And Trump's not alone in his assertions.
There is no country on earth where Christians are more persecuted than Nigeria. Since 2009, more than 50,000 Christians have been murdered by Boko Haram and radical Islamic extremists. More than 20,000 churches and schools have been burned to the ground.
There's no doubt Christians are being persecuted in Nigeria. They're openly targeted by groups like Boko Haram, Al-Qaeda and Islamic State. But have 50,000 Christians been murdered in the last 16 years? While there absolutely have been high-profile violent attacks on Christians, it's unlikely 50,000 of them have been murdered because of their religion. US officials appear to be referring to a report by a group called Inter-Society, which calls itself an anti-Christian persecution and radical Islamism watchdog. But none of the data in its report is backed up by evidence. The Nigerian government says US officials are being misled.
Recent external claims suggesting systemic religious persecution in Nigeria are unfounded. The recent designation of Nigeria as country of particular concern based on speculations of religious persecution is fundamentally misinformed.
Why does the Nigerian government claim US officials are being misinformed? Well, quite simply, the numbers. Nigeria has a population of more than 230 million people. About half are Muslim and the other half are Christian. Muslims are the majority in the north, while Christians are the majority in the south. Boko Haram and Islamic State offshoots have been waging a decade-old insurgency in the north, which, according to data conflict tracker ACLED, has killed almost 53,000 civilians. And 4 million people have been displaced. Various organisations, including International Crisis Group, the UN, ACLED, suggest the overwhelming majority of victims are Muslims. The UN estimates another 300,000 people, mostly children under the age of 5, have died from the war's indirect causes, like disease. Nigeria is also witnessing a surge in crime, kidnappings and ransom in the northwest. And in the centre of the country, killings and attacks by ethnic Fulani herdsmen. Many of the victims are Christians, but analysts say religion is not the motivator. The herdsmen are killing rivals and other farmers over access to water and land. While Trump threatens military action to protect Christians, the Nigerian government's issued a reminder that the war has killed thousands of people, Muslims, Christians, atheists, all Nigerians.
Africa deserves its own intelligence network, built on trust, loyalty, and independence. What's your take? Do you think the U.S. is right to withhold intelligence, or is this part of a bigger geopolitical game? Drop your thoughts below, like this video, and share so more Africans know what's really going on. Subscribe to Afriscope TV, where we uncover the truth they hide.
Disclaimer. This video is for educational and informational purposes only. Afriscope TV does not promote hate, violence, or misinformation. All content is based on publicly available data and expert commentary. Viewers are encouraged to think critically and verify independently.